went to, have you ever heard of Platform Strength?
No. Where's it at?
Emily Schramm, you know who
Oh,
Emily
yeah,
Schramm
yeah,
is? It's her gym in Colorado, Denver, I think it's in. But yeah, I had a dream we were there, and it was so cool. And she had, I love Emily Schramm because
She's right up your alley.
she's a 7. She's definitely a 7.
Oh, that makes sense.
And she has like, have you ever heard of the 4 tendencies?
Guess not.
Yeah. Like
Man,
Gretchen
how am I in
Rubin.
the loop?
I don't know.
Or not out of
You're
the
not.
loop?
Anyways, we have the same tendency as well. I used to follow her stuff. She's like fallen off the face of the earth lately, though. But anyways, we were definitely at her gym, and she had like houseplants like on the walls, like everywhere, and I was obsessed.
That's why I came to your gym.
I was like, "How do you get this begonia so big?"
Oh my god.
It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, Jared, things. Do I need to
Sorry.
yell in the mic? Or
No, my
anything?
bad. I was just making adjustments.
Of course.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Oh, yeah.
That's why That's why I moved it
We
over
just
here.
show
that way
up
I
and
could,
Jared handles all
I
the
know.
techno.
Good for
Yeah.
you, Jared.
Yeah.
For anybody that doesn't know, that's the way this
If
way
anyone
this deal works.
If anyone out there likes Ninja Turtles, Jared is Donatello.
Oh boy,
100% Donatello.
I feel like that's like big shoes to
Wait.
fill.
What am I?
I can tell. You're Michelangelo.
Oh boy.
You kidding me?
Why?
Because Michelangelo is like the ultimate, hey, let's have fun, but I can also kick your butt too. You know?
I like this guy. I don't think I've ever watched Ninja Turtles.
Ever?
Ever.
Come on.
No, I don't think I have.
Force the kids to watch Ninja Turtles. Simple.
Right. Kids, this
They
is an
like it.
educational
Yeah,
time. We're going to watch Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Sure,
Or,
they like
hey,
it.
you know what? I'll watch it with them. I will.
You have to just bear that.
Hey, it's fine. I'll educate them. It'll be fun.
Okay, next time they're at the gym and they're like,
Yeah.
"Can we watch a show?"
I'll
Like
have to
Evan
sneak
has a
away
show
whenever
for
I
you.
have clients.
Yeah.
But
You
yeah.
guys have more
So
notes
this
than me.
is episode 7
Just wrote down our
of
topic.
our
Just
full,
FYI, I've never written my notes like this. Today's an experiment.
the full get up. All 3 of us.
Can't cheat. Kidding me?
So
I do get self-conscious when I'm writing notes in front of other people, like they're reading it and then they're wondering, "What does she mean by that?" Or I think, like, "Did I spell that right?"
I
in-
don't ever care about that.
I know, but I'm afraid other people are reading it
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
like, "Gosh, she's
But
an
see,
idiot."
that's why I write my notes in such
But-
bad handwriting that no one else can read it. And then
Yeah.
it's like, I don't care.
It's like a self-conscious thing. I hate it. Why? Do
Oh, it's
I
okay.
care?
I'll be like,
I will write things down because I'll forget them.
Yeah.
I actually had some ideas with programming for you, actually.
oh boy.
And I wrote them down because I was thinking, I was like, just got out of the shower and I was thinking about like dinner and I'm watching TV and I was like, I'm thinking about Jared's program. I was like, like Jared can do this and this and
Got
this.
out of the shower, think about Jared's.
Right? He gets out of the shower, looks at himself in the mirror, and is like, I need to get on Jared's program. Oh, man.
Like, no, I have no self-esteem.
Oh,
Jesus.
man.
So what are we talking
So-
about today?
So, yeah, more than ever, I'm going to rely on you two to keep us on track. So,
you're here, no pressure.
right, episode 7. So, in the last episode that's getting released today, well,
mom
it should have
already
already
listened
been.
to
Right. Good? Positive
Yeah,
reviews?
she liked it.
Good. That's going to be our rapid fire, so it's going to be a quicker kind of 30-minute deal. In that, Evan and I talked about what our favorite lift was and why. Aaron felt left out.
I was
of the
fairly
conversation.
vague, to be fair.
What did you guys say?
I was
haven't
incredibly
listened to it yet.
specific. I said deadlifts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was pretty. Yeah,
What did you say?
Well, I said some form of a barbell back squat, but I have
Oh, you said the squats in general, and then you
squats in general.
That's 'cause he's
Yeah,
good at
but
the squat.
specifically, but we talked about more than that.
Oh yeah,
but
we got into a lot of
Yeah.
stuff. So, what is your
Deadlifts are always my favorite.
favorite
Yeah.
overall?
If there's one thing I had to do for the rest of my life, it'd either be a deadlift or a kettlebell swing. Because it's like,
Yeah.
it's just really relevant
What's
to
your
life.
favorite to like? So you like we did I think our favorites for ourselves, but I don't think we talked about it. What's your favorite for like to have a client do?
That
A
that's a
client.
different answer.
That's an
for me.
entirely
That's
different
a completely
question.
Different
Oh
answer.
yeah.
I mean, I want to say something super, super basic
Oh yeah.
because I don't know.
It's a really hard question on the spot.
I'll cheat.
Yeah.
And For me, I would like to say it's the squat. And the reason why is because I'm pretty good at the exercise. I'm pretty good at coaching it. I'm pretty good at seeing, doesn't matter, what size shape you are. It's a diagnostic tool for me.
Yeah.
So I can usually spot what needs to be fixed whenever I see the squat. And it's just because, like that exercise specifically, I can usually spot weaknesses super fast.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
I'm gonna have to go either a deadlift, probably
Yeah.
a deadlift
Well,
variation of
that-
some kind.
Yeah, that's
and then maybe like or a sled drag, like
like your favorite exercise.
no for like
For a client to do?
implementation.
Oh, okay.
Just because
Okay.
if you're thinking about the widest range,
Yeah.
every single like we've talked before, if you can walk, you can drag a sled. Is,
Yep.
generally speaking.
I agree with all of those answers, both of you guys have said, but just to keep it interesting, I would say
We're boring.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I would say the same thing
Well,
if
like,
I was being
like
completely
the
honest,
concept
but-
of the actual question is like in itself kind of, I mean, not dumb, but kind of
Yeah.
like it's very limiting because we have all the tools. We don't ever
Yeah.
have to only do one
Yeah.
thing,
Well,
but
I really like
We do have our
clients doing
favorites.
rows. I'm like a big row person, like every day for
Yeah.
anybody, because I think
build
there's
that
just
back.
well, and you can do them in so many different variations, and it's just everyone could use it.
I
And it gives you
also
back.
love. So my favorite exercise is the squat. I'm a big fan of. As soon as I find the exercise for you that's perfect for you, that is probably the best thing that you can possibly do. I love it in that moment when I find that exercise for that person. Does that make sense? You guys
Yeah.
have that at all?
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it,
yeah.
it doesn't necessarily happen on day one, week one, month one. Sometimes it takes years. But I love that moment when I find it.
I agree.
Yeah, I do too.
And
I
then
have
I
a-
try to explain to them, this is so good for you. You should probably do it like every
Right.
single time I tell you to do it for the rep range. I want you to do it
No cheating.
in. Yeah, no cheating.
So in the group chat, we were talking, Aaron brought up wanting to have like lighthearted kind of fun questions. So there's a really dumb question that I've been wanting to ask just because I think it's
Uh-oh.
funny.
Okay.
So I'm stealing. This is a complete steal from an ESPN radio show that hopefully probably nobody's ever heard before, but I've got to admit that I'm stealing it. So the question is, if basically on one hand, you each finger on that hand could dispense a condiment, what 5 condiments would you have? And so that it can dispense however much of it you want, but you're only limited to 5 things.
Ketchup is my number.
Oh yeah, ketchup's on there for sure. Like my ketchup, yep.
Ketchup, my avocado mayonnaise,
Avocado mayonnaise.
spicy mustard.
Okay.
Can I do another mustard? Sriracha
No.
mustard. So good.
Aaron likes mustard.
I like mustard, sriracha mustard. Maybe I should have thought about this harder because now other ones are.
Now we're running out of.
No, I
out
feel
of
like I have
stuff.
like 5 more I could say.
Aaron likes
um,
all of the condiments.
Hot sauce. I like hot sauce.
Hot sauce. Is it like a
There you go.
specific brand? Like is it-
Frank's.
ooh,
Red Hot.
Frank's Red Hot.
So good.
I don't know. All right. So I asked the question and I didn't even.
I can
I didn't even
tell you now
prepare.
that I'm thinking about it.
Go ahead.
So I would never have said mayonnaise if it wasn't for Primal Kitchen.
Yeah, Primal Kitchen mayonnaise
has
is so good.
Oh my god, it's awesome.
The Sir Kensington one is good too. The like avocado mayonnaise. That's one of my favorites.
I think his aioli, the spicy aioli.
Oh, so good. I
It's
forgot about that.
it's awesome. But my favorite sauce, I love doing this. People think I'm probably ridiculous, but anytime that I order salad at a restaurant, they'll say, "What dressing?" and I'll say, "Buffalo sauce."
Buffalo sauce.
And then they always look at me kind of odd, and some
Like a
people
hot
say,
sauce.
that's a good one, or that's interesting, or oh, I've never heard that before. Every single time
Yeah.
that I tell someone that that's what I want, they always respond with, like, how many times have you said
Right.
ranch dressing? And they're like, good choice.
Yeah.
You know?
Never.
Like, it never happens.
No.
But that ranch is up there, by the way. If I did not care about my health at all whatsoever, I would say ranch all the way, because you can eat it with
ranch on
anything.
everything. Like
Salt-
Hidden Valley Ranch too.
yeah,
Ugh.
Right.
I love salsa, and I also love
That's definitely a condiment.
specifically with burgers, marinara sauce. And if you haven't tried it, it's amazing.
On burgers.
Yeah. So like I'll smoke.
Do you have a brand? Do you make your own?
No, Primal Kitchen. So anyway,
Evan buys everything
all
from
right,
Primal
let
Kitchen or
me
Costco.
also explain
Mark
that
Simpson
if
needs to
you
sponsor us.
like burgers, you need to try grilled burgers, and if you like grilled
duh.
burgers, you need to smoke them. Oh my God, they're the bomb. Anyway,
Hang on a
so
second, one
I
second.
will eat.
Aaron, is there another way to bake a burger without grilling? Would you bake them?
Yeah. Do
Like,
you bake them?
If you like, because you were like, you
Sometimes
like.
I smash them on the cast iron skillet. I can do that, I guess.
It's been so long since we had to bleep a word out.
It was quiet. No one heard it. So,
If you like burgers, you should grill them.
I'm like, well,
rather
yeah,
than
how
eating
else-
them raw.
How
Well,
else,
no,
how
like-
else have you seen burgers made?
in a
What
skillet,
kind of savages are you?
in a skillet, you know, people just put
Hey,
it in
I
there.
used to work at Dairy Queen in high school. They used to microwave the burgers. It was disgusting.
There's the
Don't ever
dirty,
eat it.
the
All
dirty
right.
dark secret of Dairy
so
Queen burgers.
the burgers that I smoke are so good that I don't need marinara. But if I choose, because I really want some, I want this to be super tasty. Or if it's kind of dry, I'll throw a marinara on there.
You put cheese on it too?
No, never. I don't need to.
Okay.
I don't need to. That's the honestly.
I love a cheeseburger. With
I mean,
pickles.
trust me, I like cheeseburgers
mayonnaise.
too, and I like cheese. I don't even need them.
Jalapeno.
They're so good. Don't need that extra stuff.
All right.
Nice.
Will you make me a burger sometime?
Yes, I think we're gonna
We need to do a smoke day.
host.
We need to do a
host
smoke out
this
day.
at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about that with Leslie yesterday.
Yeah, we did. I talked
I
about
would
it
like
today
to
too.
do.
Nice.
We're talking about it right now.
Maybe I should save this for off camera. I'll write it down so I don't forget.
All right.
Okay.
That's probably
So,
good. Yeah,
what-
I've got another one.
Another-
Ketchup, barbecue sauce, salsa. That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I like mustard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having trouble with my fifth because, like, there's so many
Because it
things.
can only be one more.
Well, because if you think about it, is peanut butter a condiment?
No.
Is butter a condiment?
No.
Like,
Yeah, there's no way that counts.
I think peanut butter
That's like
is
the
though.
base of everying.
I think peanut butter could be. Like, what-
because people treat peanut butter like a condiment.
I mean, I treat peanut butter like it's a food group. You know, like
Years ago,
apples and peanut butter
This is
yeah.
for days.
like when I was in the military. Okay,
butter's my
I was
favorite
like above. I was not a child in this moment, but I used to eat 3 peanut butter jelly sandwiches after dinner. When I was in the Marine
Like
Corps.
last week I was
then-
walking through the store going, man, it's been a minute since I've had a peanut butter and jelly. I almost bought all the makings for
Yeah.
peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because it's been forever. And I was like, you know what, just get a good old PB and J.
Guys, I've never had a PB&J.
Are you serious?
I don't
Okay,
like
I think
jelly.
I think Aaron grew up in Siberia,
How about,
like away from
strawberry
normal
preserves?
things.
I
How about
don't-
honey?
like until a few years ago, I never had like maple syrup either.
Okay, so
Like
my vote.
I don't like sticky. I don't
the
like
next-
that on the.
the next
Not never had it. I
podcast-
didn't like it.
Your
I've
childhood.
never had a PB&J.
The next podcast, we need to interview Melanie and just be like,
That's
Yeah.
my mom.
what was Aaron like as a child?
Weirdo.
All right.
I didn't like chocolate.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
It's weird.
Yeah. That,
so
Anyways, I know it's sad.
Ninja Turtles chocolate.
now that I've derailed us completely,
I
okay.
love chocolate now. Don't get me wrong, but I still don't like jelly.
Evan, wake your phone back up. Sorry. Anyway,
Okay. Well, we have some gym-related topics now.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have New Year's resolutions?
wait, don't look at me. You started off. Man.
And I say resolutions loosely. Is there
Right.
anything you want to change?
We're putting
this
quotations
year?
around
Yeah.
the word resolution.
I hate resolutions, honestly.
What about
I hate
goals?
New Year's
It's
resolutions.
like New Year's goals. Like it.
Oh, well, we have a whole podcast on goals. Let's not go
well,
back
I
there.
mean, I don't know things that I would change.
So this is these are the questions I have under that. Like
go for it.
something you want to do less of, something you want to do more of, something you
my
want to stop
gosh.
doing. Do you have any of those
See,
things?
she didn't share those.
Yeah.
she didn't share
thanks
those
for
sub
sharing
questions
that.
with us.
I need some element of surprise.
So in terms of like the whole idea of a New Year's resolution, like it is like an arbitrary like date, you know, like if it's in November and you're like, oh, I want to change this thing. Oh, wait till the new year.
Yeah.
Just do it and then just
Yeah.
start it right then, you know. But since we are at the new year, like I don't know the things that I was thinking about. Like I want to like try to read more. What were the questions you had? What was the first one?
Do
Sorry.
less of, do more of, stop doing.
Okay, so do less of. I want to complain less. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I generally try to be a pretty positive person. I think. I don't know. You guys are around me a decent amount. But like I have found myself I think most of us in this last year have found plenty of reasons of things to complain about. And so like I found myself the other day, I was like, sitting there with my thoughts, which is always a scary thing. And I was like, man, I feel like I've like complained a lot this year. And so that's one of those things I'm trying to do a little less of, doing more of. Like I said, I want to read more. I want to try to, and in terms of like the gym and stuff, I want to try to get better at bringing more content, relevant content, things that you guys, the audience, want to see, things that are helpful to, us, as coaches, things that help promote us. I think I want to try to get better at those things and do more of it, because this is a learning experience for me, and for us as doing podcasts and being this open and vulnerable with a bunch of people that we don't actually see. Oh,
anybody who knows me is probably surprised that I'm speaking.
Speaking of that, we have somebody in Germany that's downloaded our last like three podcast episodes.
It's Omi's sister.
I saw that pop up because it's usually 100% United States, whatever. And then like the last couple episodes, I'm like, why do we have one?
I bet
Germany?
they have a connection to the Pack family.
That's awesome.
So,
Yeah, probably. Speaking of, we need to have her on again. We need to have her on. Period.
Yeah, for sure.
What was your last question?
What's one that you want to stop doing?
Stop doing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
These are tough for me.
Are they really?
Yes, they're very tough for me.
See, this requires
you like to stay in homeostasis, don't you? It takes you a minute to change.
When you guys are done,
Yeah.
I'll have an answer.
Oh yeah. I mean that's a 9 thing entirely.
Yeah.
See here. Something that I want to stop doing. Man, like I'm talking while I'm trying to think, which is
That's probably up there.
yeah. Yeah.
Talking while you're thinking of other things.
Well, because the thing is if I sit here with open dead airspace, and it's just this awkward, like we're all staring at each other while we think with open mic space. I'm gonna cut all of this.
Okay.
I don't know what I want to stop doing.
Okay, think about it.
What do you have one you want to stop doing?
Oh yeah.
She always has good answers.
All right.
Do I? I thought of these answers on the car ride.
Well,
over
if you
here.
have an answer, it's a good answer. It's better than mine.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to stop watching the news, period. I feel like I've kind of stopped anyways, but like, I don't know, sometimes we just turn the TV on and it's like on, and then you just kind of just like get sucked into the negativity of everything. It sucks. And I want to stop sleeping with my phone next to my bed. That's bad.
It's a good one.
We've done like airplane mode when we go to bed, and I feel like that helps a little bit, but I need to just get it out of my room because I'm like a big blue light blocker person, so it's not like I'm looking at it like with my bare eyes, but but I need to get it out of the room for like the wavelengths going through my head, and for the distraction, and better sleep and all that stuff. So those are 2 things I want to stop. I want to start reading more, which we're doing the January challenge, and I am reading.
Booyah.
You wrote that down too, didn't you?
No,
You
I
read
don't
all the
even want to
time.
answer. I do read all the time.
I know. I don't see I could read more. I want to start like actively learning more as well about things I'm interested in. Does that make sense? It's not too specific, but
Yeah, my answer is going to be pathetically cliche, I think. But
That's
keep,
all right.
keep going.
Evan Sitzman, a walking cliche.
Well, you guys could help me out as my,
We will.
I want to do less like distracted playtime with my kids. It's like leaving my phone downstairs while I'm like playing, because I have a hard time. My phone like goes off and I'm like, oh, maybe it's a client, and I have to like check it, and then I have to answer them, and then they're like, get off your phone, Mom. Let me listen to your heart.
Nice.
They got a stethoscope for Christmas.
That's awesome.
And all Riker knows about hearts is from the Grinch. Like, your heart's too big. So he'll like listen to my heart. He's like, your heart's too big, Mom.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bad thing. Or is
Well, I mean,
In
and
the
actually
Grinch-
having an enlarged
Yeah, he-
heart,
in the
yes.
Grinch,
I don't
he has
think he
two
knows what's like
because
good
his
and bad.
his heart is so small. Like,
Yeah.
so having a big heart's a good thing.
Yeah. That's
Right.
why I'm
So
like,
I guess it's good that he knows that.
It's true.
yeah, but he's saying it like it's a bad thing. Like,
Yeah,
lay down on
okay.
the operation table. Let me cut you open because your heart's
here,
too
Mom.
big. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyways, Evan.
Okay, so I take goals very seriously. So if it's just a me, I'm not even going to say it out loud. I'm not going to write it down. I'm not going to talk about it. So the New Year's resolutions for most people, I think, are absolutely BS because they don't care.
Right.
So I try not to go with the crowd. I really don't.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, so big shocker. But anyway, I won't set a goal unless I'm serious about it. So New Year's resolutions to me, I'm kind of like, it's just another day to party, I guess, a little bit. But like the next day doesn't mean anything necessarily special. But
Big hangover.
I honestly, I can't remember a single New Year's resolution I've ever made
Really?
because of those reasons.
Yeah, me neither.
I can't think of one. But so more or less than stop. Your question specifically, I have high hopes for the business, and I love everything that's going on right now so much that I honestly don't really want to change much.
That's good. That's an awesome answer.
So that
thing
sounds
on a natural
ridiculous. It
progression.
almost sounds like my life's perfect. It's not, but I really do almost like instinctually. I try to do this stuff all the time. If I notice something stressing me out, but more of is to focus on stressors quicker. That's actually something I want to do more of. If someone mentions stress to me and they are not trying to deal with it at all, I'm like, come on, you can do better.
Right.
For sure, because it's a big deal. Stress is, it's like
It's the number one killer.
one of the silent killers. You really, but yeah, it sounds cliche, but I like how things are going so much that I don't really want to do less of certain things because I like everything that's going on so far in 2021. Yeah,
5 days in. Love it.
Loving it.
So
Love it.
far, so good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Cardio?
Yeah, what do we each do for cardio? Do you guys do cardio?
Yeah, Brian.
Not in the traditional sense.
Yeah.
But I do not like doing cardio at all whatsoever. So I
Don't like it at all.
no, I don't.
Not even when you like it.
No. No.
I mean that. Like, I hate if someone says like you have to train for a marathon or something. Like you have to do this. But
You
I
get to
love
work out.
it
What?
when I'm just like, I'm feeling like a run. And then I go on a run and I feel awesome. And I'm not a good runner.
Those
But
people exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys want to hear a side story about running?
Go for it.
Sure.
So I was just in Florida last week, and one day we stayed in like this house on this strip where people are like running and walking and riding bikes all day long. It's like the most motivation, like be active all
Yeah,
the time
that's
because
awesome.
people are just like in their like sports bras, like looking awesome. So I'm like, I'm gonna go for a run, and I like running when I decide to do it, So I'm running and this path is so busy and there's people going like a road, and there's bikes and there's slow people and there's dogs and all this stuff. So I'm like dodging people. Like I have my music on, jamming, and I kind of dance when I run too. Of course I do. And there's sod on either side of
Please tell me Kyle was
the
filming
trail.
this.
Oh no, I was like far from the house. But so anyways, sod is like pretty thick,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
above the sidewalks. And I go around this big group of people and I trip on the sod. And I do like a volleyball roll on the sod.
And then right back to a running pose.
I like get up and I look around, everyone's staring at me, and it's right in front of this condo, and this older couple's on their porch like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, thanks for seeing that. And I'm like, glad you could laugh with me or something like that. I just get right back up and I book it out of there. I probably had, I was wearing like light colors. I'm like, I'm sure there's grass stains all over me. And people saw me. It's like a straight road. People could see me from forever, probably. Oh my gosh, I was so embarrassed. But
That
I
is
laughed at
amazing.
myself for a good like quarter mile afterwards.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's all you can do on those. You just gotta
Yeah.
laugh at it.
It
and
didn't
move on.
hurt. Sod is like super soft. It was like the greatest fall ever. Okay, anyways, back to your cardio.
As far as trying to do cardio or program cardio, The only traditional cardio I do is walking. That's it. And like every now and then I'll do like hill sprints or something like that. That's it though. But that's not traditional at all whatsoever. So I don't like cardio. So for me, doing it is pretty tough. So I have to program it in, and I have to make it so simple that there's no reason not to do it.
Yeah. I feel like you too, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you do cardio, you make it really hard for the short period of time that it is so that you don't have to do it for a long time.
So I can get the most bang for the buck whenever I do it. Like, honestly, I used to hate kettlebell swings. Kettlebell swings now, they're so easy. I think I need to swing like a 106.
Let's get one. That would be fun.
Yeah, I'm not.
Make like a 200-pounder. I'm down.
I know.
Let's
they're
do
super
it.
cool.
I'm not even like strong enough that a 106 should be easy, but I'm fit enough because I hate doing cardio, so I just won't do it. So if I plan it and it's so simple that there's no reason not to do it, then I make sure to do it.
Yeah, I've been banding the big one. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I need to start doing that. But I would just do more sets, just more and more and more sets of like 20 to 30 reps, and it's honestly, it's easy. So I need to do something else. So
I enjoy like stand efforting style cardio.
Oh, 20 rep squats and stuff?
Where it's
God.
Yeah, that is for sure definitely part of it, unfortunately. But like
the worst thing ever.
Like heavy resisted basically hit training. And you're doing heavy carries, you're doing heavy yoke, you're doing, strongman style kind of deal.
So it's fun.
Yeah.
Right. It keeps me occupied. Like, so I'm not just grueling it out. So usually if it's a day that I'm training, I'll go run. Like it'll be like, so usually what I do is I will do my cardio in my morning or my evening, take that back, which is everybody else's morning. And then I'll do my lifting when I first get up. And so, if it's a non-lifting day for me, I'm going to go out and I'm going to try to run a little bit. I don't like running. So, oh man, that was a good one. Hopefully I'm sure that came through.
I didn't hear it. No.
Oh, that's good. For those that didn't know, I just burped in the mic. So I try to like mix it up if I can. So I'll try to trail run. I'll try to go mountain bike. I'll try to do something other than just go run down, pound the pavement. If I can avoid it. On the days that I don't lift are usually when I do some kind of AMRAP or Tabata on either a rower or a bike, or I'll do, an AMRAP that usually involves some kind of carry, some kind of squat.
Tabata on the
bench
rower is very doable.
Oh, it is one of the most brutal.
On the Airdyne?
Oh, God. Anything on the Airdyne.
Yeah. So
anything on the Airdyne
anything
is terrible.
Tabata done right.
If you truly do Tabata, like really, really hard, where there's no such thing as a rest period at all. Like there's a pure like concentric and eccentric for sure, especially the Airdyne. If you do it right and you want to continue working out, honestly, I question your effort.
You guys ever done an inverse Tabata?
So
10 on with 20-second rest. So I
don't think I ever have. Actually, I have like programming it for clients just so they do it.
I like the inverse because what ends up happening on sometimes
the fatigue
is your fatigue gets so great that you're not actually, it's high effort, but you're not actually high output anymore.
Yeah.
And so if you invert
it's because
it,
you're not in shape, Jared.
I mean, I'm not apparently. So if you invert it, you can keep that high output for the full 5 minutes, and you're not just going through the motions. Because like I remember, like you just said, if you can work out afterwards, I question your because like I remember when we were trying to, we're in fight camp and we're like, our coach is like, oh, we need you to do. We were doing, I think it was like a 5 and a 15 breakdown, and so you'd go for 15 and you'd rest for 5 seconds, and you were supposed to go for 4 minutes is what we were doing. And so you're going, and like we got done and both of us could like walk away from it, and we're like, oh yeah, that was pretty rough. And our coach looks at us and goes, no, you didn't try hard enough. Like,
so that's
get back on the bike or get back on the rower. And
it's tough. I don't mean to sound mean, but like questioning your efforts, but depending on what it is, if you're a coach and you know how hard this should be and should feel, you can kind of judge someone's effort. But if you
100%.
have someone like a fighter who is perfectly okay destroying their body every single day, and you push them through something like that, they're probably going really hard, but they know how hard they can truly go. And they're probably like just backing off just a tad under red line so they can do more stuff because that's how they operate. They're freaks in nature.
Well, and in those kinds
so
of
good at that
situations, like that's where, and this is what he ended up doing to us, but like that's where the coach has to be paying attention and go, okay, I need more effort.
Yeah.
You know, I need more, more quote unquote pain because you know that the guy, because the thing is you're training for, whatever you're training for, if in that situation you're training for a fight. So that's a mindset game. And that's what a lot of the stuff that I try to do is a lot of my AMRAP stuff or any of those kinds of things. I try to make it a mindset game for myself because I know that the whole point of what I'm doing is when I'm exhausted and everything hurts and my lungs are burning, my muscles are burning, I need to be able to continue to push and continue to move forward. And so like I want to put myself in the worst possible situations so that I can continue to fight through it.
So what do you do for cardio?
I also walk a lot. I like walks.
I like cardio actually. And like I said, I enjoy it, and I also enjoy
outside
lifting.
of the tumbling.
Yeah, I like that too. No.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Peloton bike, so we do that pretty often. Well, I do. Kyle does it sometimes, but I really like that. And sometimes I just like kind of like what you're talking about, like using lifting, but like HIIT training. I mean, that's like, sorry, I'm in on the mic now. And then I like to run. In the summer, I like to ride my bike outside, hiking. I also cannot remember the last time I went on a walk or a hike without at least a 20-pound weight.
Right.
I'm not kidding you. We went on a 3-mile hike in Florida, and I had Blake on my back, and I was carrying Riker, who weighs 40 pounds. So I was thinking, and we were walking in sand, and I was thinking, like, this is like the hardest thing
That's
that
awesome.
I've done in a while. Because, he wasn't attached to me. I was literally holding him.
That's a check in the pro column for wanting to have kids.
Yeah, they just
built-in weights
all the time, weight vests all the time. But
I selfishly want to explain my why with cardio stuff, but if we can move on if we need to.
We're about just a little over 30 minutes right now. So
your why with cardio?
Yeah, so I used to run enough that people would think I was a marathoner. Mm-hmm. So when I say I don't like cardio,
are you saying this in response to what I just said?
No, not necessarily. I've been dwelling on this a little bit.
He's like, Aaron's an idiot. Stop running.
I've had the experience, and I've done all the cardio for you. Okay, I used to do triathlons every day. That's how I trained. I'm not kidding you. And I would train in the gym. That's how I trained all the time. So I did cardio all the time. Mm-hmm. Did it give me the results I was looking for? No. That's why I don't like cardio.
Yeah.
Well, and that's a really good thing. And maybe since he's sharing his why, we could all share our whys, why we do cardio.
Yeah.
And so go ahead, finish your thought on that.
Well, for me, my why is, I know, completely different than Jared's for sure.
Right.
I don't have a reason to do it other than just pure health benefits.
Yeah.
So the exercises that I choose, I'm going to get the most bang for the buck, use as much muscle mass as possible without stressing my system.
Right.
Why would I do an exercise that just causes stress, like running? Yeah, I'm serious. You know, like people don't consider they're not strong enough. They're not fit enough. I'm not talking about you, Aaron. I'm just talking in general.
I know.
People need to hear this
exactly
stuff.
What you mean.
How many injuries? 90% of runners get a lower extremity injury every single year. Those are not good odds.
Nope.
They're not at all.
Nope.
9 out of 10 people who run, do they have some issue going on? Probably. Anyway, so I try to do low stress activities for cardio. So my favorite stuff is just walking with weights. I have people do it all the time, but there are a ton of benefits to it. So my favorite exercise is like just basic farmer walks, not super heavy stuff for distance, and then pushing a sled or pushing a treadmill because you get so many benefits. And then kettlebell swings. Those are my favorites.
Yeah.
And I also like 20 rep squats and stuff like that too, but not all the time because it's super stressful.
Yeah.
So I don't do it. But anyway, that's my why. I wanted to say that so people don't think I'm just anti-cardio.
I'm like the exact opposite of that why, I guess. Like, I totally agree with everything you said.
I just like to run
I
and
like
clear my
it,
head.
and I do it for like being alone.
Yeah.
And I like the Peloton because of, I like the instructors. I think it's so fun to just not think about what I'm going to do. That's the only reason I have a Peloton. It's the only reason I have the Peloton app. And I do workouts like on my off days. Sometimes I just want to like be told what to do instead of having to come up with my own workout, you know? And so I really enjoy that. It's just like relaxing.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I
And the music
completely
is
get
good.
it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
completely get it.
Well, and that's a really good point for like it's a good takeaway point. It should be at least is that the three of us are all in fitness. We all know the benefits of cardio, and all three of us have different
And the risks of cardio.
and the risks of cardio of certain kinds of cardio maybe.
Yeah.
Because the thing, and even still, we all have different reasons why we do it. And we all have different styles that we do that fit our goals, that fit what we want, and so that's a really good, in my opinion, nail in the coffin to the idea that like, oh well, like I need to go run because that's the only form of cardio that exists, and it's like,
Or it's the only way to lose weight. You hear
right?
that a lot.
Oh yeah,
I just need to start running.
I start running again so I can lose weight. And it's like,
Yeah.
Why? Don't
I'm
do yourself?
rollerblading.
I love do you have rollerblades?
No,
I need somebody that
Well, I can't
has
rollerblade where I live now, but I used to rollerblade on the Monon for miles.
Oh, I bet.
It was awesome.
I'm the only
Yeah.
person I know that has rollerblades. I need to find a buddy.
Hey, I will go to Play It Again Sports. Oh, the day this is hilarious.
We can roll down Morgan Street.
The day
I guarantee Katie would be down.
the day
Oh, get her.
the day I just want to Play It Again just to because they have a bigger selection and it's probably better stuff than just going to like Walmart or Target.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
So I went there and tried them on. I swear I'm not kidding you. As soon as I tried them on, just like a cartoon character
Like on
slipping on ice or a banana peel, I landed on my back completely. I was humiliated. And none of the guys in
Do
the
you have a
store,
following story for this one?
the guys in the store saw me. They did not come over and ask me if I needed any help. They're like, he's so humiliated right now. He's
Don't fan the flame.
Oh, I do actually have a falling story in cardio related since we're all sharing our fail stories. So I was doing you've seen Real World Tactical, Tony
yeah.
Seminole.
Oh, yeah.
Dude is a monster, and so
you're talking about like tire
one of the things that he does is he does like tire flips, but he'll do for those. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. It's like an over the head back throw.
Oh yeah, you sent the video of that, and I
With
thought
a
he's
tire.
going to decapitate
Yeah.
himself.
Right, and so what
If
you
you've
do
never
is,
tried it, just go for it.
no,
Don't watch any videos. Don't
Yeah.
try to plan it. Just
If you've never tried it,
it is one
never
of,
try it.
It's one of the harder things that I've like. It's a coordination thing, and it's in the tires we have are kind of weird weights, and so I was trying to find one that I could do it. And I done it with the light one, and I was like, okay, I think I can move up. And I was doing it inside of a AMRAP, and so like I'm running around, I'm doing stuff, and I get back to it.
AMRAP is as many reps as possible.
Or rounds,
Rounds.
depending on how you put it.
Come on, look at your shirt.
Come on,
Get
CrossFit.
it together.
But anyhow, so I grabbed this tire, and so what you basically do is like you kind of bring the tire to your hips, and then you essentially like
You, like-
kettlebell swing the tire up over your head, and you kind of throw it behind you. And so
Kind of like a clean, like you
kind
just
of you kind of
pop it up.
hip pop the tire up, and then you let it go over your head and kind of fall behind you, and then you turn around and do it again. And so
And the first one knocked your hat straight off.
I've had that before where like it catches the brim of my hat and knocks it off, which probably why Tony doesn't wear a hat. But anyway, so I grabbed it and I just was like tired and it was raining, of course, because I'm an idiot. And so like I grabbed it and it slips out of my hands as it's going up and it just falls completely on top of me and I like land underneath it and I'm like I roll out from under it and I'm like, that was dumb. Moving on and like just grabbed a like thankful that no one else
Was
is
this
out
at
there.
the gym?
Oh yeah, 100%. It was in the gravel, like
Yeah.
behind my car.
So one day I was doing overhead med ball throws
Yeah.
out there against the wall, and it was the bouncy one, and it came back. And it was like the first one I've done. You know how you can kind of like figure out where you need
Yeah.
to stand, like after a couple. It was the first one, and it came back and hit me right in the butt and like knocked me forward. And that lady that lives next door was out,
Yeah.
and I just heard her go.
Are you serious? That's
she
awesome.
is the nicest lady ever, and like oh yeah,
She just laughed
That's
at me and then walked right
hilarious.
outside.
That is hilarious.
That is awesome.
I am. I'm always catching
Um,
people's eye when I'm doing stupid stuff.
Oh, 100%. So as for the why, I guess, since I almost forgot about it. Like I mean, I enjoy cardio to an extent. I'm not quite like Mike Dolce in terms of he talks about like liking to run. So the simple fact that it sucks and it's not any fun. And he just likes to just the mental exercise of like emptying his mind and just having to just bear
That dude's a lot.
the fact that like it's not any fun. Which I would agree he's a lot.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like something he would say.
Right. In terms of like running, like I don't love running. I know I need to do it. So like for my job, I need to be able to
So
run
to chase people.
a little bit. Right. And and
Should
I
be
don't
good at
think
it.
Should be.
and there's arguments on how far you should run, and and like I tend to stay in the 3 to 4 mile mark. Like I don't go much beyond that. And I try not to go beyond that. I've got a tough mutter coming up this year, so I'm gonna have to push it to like 6 probably.
I have a race coming up.
But
You signed up?
Evan,
My brother signed me up.
what are you doing?
Donut eating bicycle race.
Of course.
That is awesome.
It is awesome. I'm serious.
When is it?
Give me the details.
It's in
on
August. I got plenty of time to, prepare.
ride bikes and eat donuts.
I'm
It's
gonna
my
bring you
kind
donuts
of
every
my kind of
Friday.
race.
Just
That
trying to
is awesome.
Prepare you.
Yeah. Oh my
Um,
God.
So I'll find myself doing a lot of like weighted cardio, which isn't any fun. Like so either with a weight vest on or like with like my duty equipment on, and I'll do like sprint work. So
What's your why, Jared?
my why is just trying to stay healthy and fight back against like shift work. So like I was working some of these overnight gigs, well, besides my normal shifts, and like I'm out there, so we're doing these traffic control jobs, and it's just our car sitting there. We don't have to do anything, just be a presence. And so it's 2 o'clock in the morning. There's nobody out there. And so like I'll get out of my car and I'll like walk laps around my car, get my 10-minute walks in as I'm doing those, and then like I'll like pace off like 20 yards and just do a sprint. And then like I'll walk around my car, wait my heart rate to come back down, and then do another sprint in equipment in my
You're
uniform.
hilarious. I would love to drive down the road and see someone doing that.
Oh,
outside
and
of
the
their
thing
car.
is that thankfully
I love it.
nobody is out there, and because it's,
Yeah.
but like our job is so from 0 to 100
Yeah.
on on any given time, and like so I need to. That's my why, is that I don't want to be the stereotype. I don't want to. I don't want to be that every guy I talk to is like, oh yeah, give yourself 5 years and you'll be, I used to be in shape when I came out of the academy. And it's like, no,
know,
I hate when
I
people say that.
refuse to let that happen.
When people say that, on the inside, I'm just smiling because it motivates me.
Like you wait till you're 60
thinking-
years
I'm
old.
Yeah,
thinking
it
more
really
and more.
does. I'm
That's
like, how many 60-year-olds do you think I've trained? I see all the same issues, guys, and you guys are not taking care of yourself. It really is.
Yeah.
Like if you do the best thing that you possibly can to take care of yourself, you're gonna be in great shape. Doesn't matter how old you get.
And we have
It really
the benefit
doesn't.
of education too, like in terms of
Yeah.
like a lot of the people that we train that are older didn't have access to the same data and same stuff that is so readily available to us these days. And most of it, like we went to school for this, like we study these things, we enjoy these topics, and we do a lot of research on it. And so we know.
Also, haven't been decades and decades of fads that you just believe because people say, "Oh, you
Right.
should,"
Yeah.
Right. And so if you stay
That-
consistent with the good stuff, the issues that come up that we're like, oh, I can't wait until you start forgetting where your car keys are. And it's like, okay, like there's
Oh,
things
I
that
know
I can
that's
do that
gonna
will
happen.
help.
I can't complain about that one. I don't.
Right.
I know
Now there are
that's
things that I can do to help that.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully it won't be as bad. But what else we got?
You know your brain actually shrinks in your 3rd trimester of pregnancy.
I did not know that.
That is like a pregnancy brain thing.
Why?
So you don't care about anything else but your baby
Oh
when
my
it's born.
gosh, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then it
That's
grows
super cool.
like as like your baby gets a little bit older. But yeah, that
So you get your
forgetting
intelligence back.
forgetting like words, like I'm like, what is the word I'm looking for? Or like I'll say a sentence and I'm like, that made no sense. And yeah, I had that happen. So hopefully we don't go
Interesting.
there. Next topic.
Do we have any more?
I have this
This
short
never-ending
one.
list.
Well, Evan brought this one up because you guys talked about this last week. You said, how about favorite upper body lift
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
this week?
I
can start.
I've got one, but go for it. Knock it out.
I'm said the pull up,
The
which
pull-
is ironic because I cannot do an unassisted pull up yet. I have been
Oh,
able to. I just
man.
have not in the past.
I
couple
had an
years.
answer, and now I think I got to change it.
My favorite upper body exercise by far is some form of chest supported row.
Mm.
Not a. I would I love barbell rows, but I'm always doing some form of squat and deadlift and stressful lower body or full body exercises that I don't want to try to do a back specific exercise and stress my low back just because, even though I love that exercise. If I didn't squat or deadlift, I would say barbell row, but chest supported row by far. And that's because I've had enough shoulder injuries that pressing is no longer fun, and I have not bench pressed in years, seriously. And guess what? I'm somehow like just as strong at everything else, and I can do more pull-ups, and I have more mobility. We talked about this.
Oh, yeah.
You know, imagine that. It's weird.
That was a great thing that came out of, who kind of organically came out of it, was just the idea of like,
I mean,
I don't need to do barbell work.
Yeah. It takes a while to learn at your own pace.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, chest supported row by far.
Yeah.
So many benefits from it.
Man, I think I'm gonna have to steal. I'm gonna have to steal Aaron's answer, pull-ups. But I really like. My first thought though was, after hating it for so long, I really like overhead press.
I love overhead press, but
because
like
right, but it's not an all builder. Mm-hmm. No, exactly, and I would agree with that. Any row variation is always going to be a better like overall health. But like, so I've had 2 shoulder surgeries and like my collarbone on my other side is dislocated, and it's super fun. But if I don't stay in pressing, like if I don't continue to overhead press and do stuff, like I will notice those little injuries start to come back. And something I was thinking about last night, and it kind of ties in here, is it's kind of funny. Like we like to avoid like doing activities that hurt because like, you know, oh, my knees hurt or my back hurts, my shoulders hurt. And so then it makes us not want to do things. And it's the exact opposite of what we should do. The more that I overhead press with good form, with good technique, with good weight, like the better my shoulder feels. Yeah. The more I squat properly, the better my knees start to feel, you know, hips, lower back. The more reverse hypers I do, my lower back doesn't bother me as much. And it's like changing that. We all know that stuff, but like changing the mentality of the most of the population that are like, oh, my back's bothering me, so I'm not going to go lift today. No. You need to go lift. You need to go do something. You need to go get some movement and blood flow in that lower back. Start getting some of that healing done.
I love how all of our answers were back exercises. You know, not the bicep, not some kind of bench press or the push-up, even though push-up's an amazing exercise. Yeah. 100% of the time, if I could, I would choose a push-up over a bench press. 100% of the time.
Okay, so side question. Aesthetically, what's your favorite muscle group, body part to train?
For me?
Ooh. Yeah, for you.
Honestly, it's definitely my back. You know why? Because if you have a jacked back, you earned it.
Oh, yeah.
You earned it. Male, female, age, I don't care. So I would like to say, like, you know, for me, like, traps are too cliche. So I would say, and, you know, I would say erectors for sure.
I actually had someone say, it was super weird, but I figured out later that they were like a CrossFit coach. I had somebody compliment my erectors one time on a job site. Like I was like bent down doing something, and
job site,
right? Like 100%, like doing like so. I'm like we were tearing up a subfloor.
What do you do for your erectors?
And so like I kind of like leaned forward, and this like guy like who I knew, right? It was a joke. Like I mean, if you guys have ever been on a construction site, it's not exactly like safe for this podcast or safe for anybody. Right. Farthest thing from PC. And he just goes, nice erectors. And I'm like,
what a strange.
So I gave my answer. What are your answers?
Okay.
Aesthetics.
I mean, like, I think it's funny that from terms of aesthetics, like, we don't usually do a lot of that stuff. Like a lot of what would you consider like the show muscle stuff? Like, I mean, really like back work.
It's still the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't think in an aesthetic mindset very often.
I don't either. I honestly don't. But it's what a lot of people think of when they associate, you know, exercises and gym stuff. Like in the gym, like, hey, what do you do for your bicep? I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't do anything specifically. The only time I focus on training my bicep is if I need more blood to my shoulder because it's injured.
Right.
Other than that, rows.
Wait a second. You mean you don't do everything you can to have 6-pack abs all the time, Evan?
No, that's diet, man. I'm telling you, it's diet. It's crazy.
What?
What's your answer?
Glutes.
Glutes. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
I was born with no butt. You see my 4-year-old daughter, you get it.
We talked about
That's
glute
hilarious.
development the other day.
And it's like a pretty beneficial muscle to have.
Oh,
It's not
yeah.
like aesthetically training your biceps or something.
Right, like your glutes
super
are
important.
functional.
Yeah, biceps are easy to train.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Really, they're just super easy. No thought at all.
so much thought and effort is put
Just
into them
bro.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So much thought and effort is put into biceps.
Yeah, honestly,
for sure.
anytime
Yeah, that's true.
anybody wants to do that stuff, to me, I'm just like, go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Grab some
mean,
weight.
you're not going to learn anything crazy from me about biceps. There's nothing to learn. You know,
I mean,
like,
maybe
go ahead
you
and
know,
do them.
maybe not to like turn them into like a full body movement. you
Yeah,
know, like
yeah,
it's always my favorite to see when you're full body bicep curls.
yeah. I could go into the back stuff a little bit more just for fun if we have time.
We are
How much time
at
do we have?
52 minutes, so we've got
Unless you
about
have another fun thing.
8
coming up.
minutes.
I don't think I do. No.
So I like how you guys chose that the pull up was your favorite exercise, upper body exercise.
Mhm.
I want to say the pull up, but I can't do pull ups all the time.
Right.
Because whenever I've had shoulder injuries, for me, this goes back to the resolution goals. You know, I was in pain. It wasn't severe pain, but I'm not an idiot. If I have pain, I'm not going to do that exercise
Right.
because I have more tools in my toolbox. You know, so I could not do a pull up. I could not do a push up without pain at all whatsoever. You know what my goal was? My goal was not to do one pull up. My goal was to do 20. So I don't have a small goal. My goals are massive.
Right.
That's why the whole resolution thing to me, it's like, you know, I don't like small goals. I like big ones. But with the pull up, I wish I could say that it was my favorite, but I just can't do it all the time.
Well, just because it's your favorite doesn't mean you gotta do it all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I really like ice cream. Like, it's my favorite, but I can't eat it all the time.
You can,
You know?
you
I
can.
really like a Thanksgiving meal, but
See?
I get that once a year.
Right? Exactly. You know, you gotta sprinkle them in.
Yeah, I
Gotta be
mean,
smart.
I joked about the pull up being my favorite when I can't even do like an unassisted pull up, but I feel like it's so beneficial. Like when I do them, whether I do them like negative or with a band or whatever it is, or like any grip variation, I mean, I feel it in my entire body the next day, like waist up.
And that's one of the things that I enjoy, since we've got a little time. Like, that's one of the things that I enjoy about doing like some of the strongman style stuff, whether it's I really enjoy yoke, anything that's got to do with it, because you've got to, it's such a full body exercise that like, and that's the thing, like when you're training core, do core training. Like if you're doing these exercises right, almost every exercise should be a core exercise in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the reasons, like, just doing something heavy and getting to struggle. Like, I think that's one of the things that's so fun about any of these things is like,
Training instability with no load is not the best way to train your core. It's not.
do you want to talk about that Facebook message that you got the other day about vibration platforms?
Oh, okay.
We've got enough time.
I need
Make it quick.
to look into that a little bit better.
Those are weird.
Somebody wanted us to get a vibration platform.
No, they're asking me
There's just questions about it.
specific question about it. And did you see the answer?
I saw bits and pieces of it.
Okay, so
glanced at it.
my answer was my bias is if you can do something for to build strength or to build muscle, I'm going to pick that 100% of the time before something that's just instability training. And I don't know enough about the vibration trainers to know enough to completely discount it or discredit it.
I have always preferred, if I have to pick something in terms of an instability, like I will prefer an unstable load versus an unstable surface or a platform.
100% agree.
There is like,
and
again,
where
kinda like
your
you-
feet are grounded, and if Aaron, if you had a band and I had a band in my hand and you're pulling on the band, my feet are grounded, and it's adding stability because my body has to figure out how to stay grounded the whole time. Versus if I was on like an upside down,
like
Bosu
I'm
ball.
trying to do power cleans on a Bosu ball.
Yeah, that's what we're comparing.
It
to.
happens.
Yeah,
It has happened. I've seen it happen. Oh yeah, it's horrific. But like if you are in terms of the vibration trainers, I haven't done a ton of stuff with them. Like we had one in one of the university, like one little sub gyms.
Yeah.
And we would probably need to like go dig into some research, but like I would imagine if you are super weak, you know, like it could be like a decent little start of something. But like I think the idea that like you're gonna vibrate your fat off, or like you're gonna like, you know, like by tightening your, like there's
so
such a
80s.
right.
Yeah.
There are like you said, there's more pieces to the puzzle. There's more things that you could do that would bring off a better result, that would bring on a better result, and would be a more complete result. It wouldn't be something that I think would be very like, what's the word I want? I don't want to say niche, but like it's just a very small, fine window of benefit that you're getting from a vibration trainer, that you could get that little benefit and a whole lot more in just doing something general.
I really also consider the cost. I mean, it's important, you know, how much money are you spending that, and what could you get for the same amount of money? If you were to spend the money, if you give me $300 to spend, I want to use that $300 to spend it on something that I'm going to get a lot of bang for my buck in the gym.
Right.
I picture the people in like Silicon Valley that have like no time and lots of money and don't really want to think about anything. That's who this needs to be marketed to.
That's like I don't think it's quite as bad, but it's like what is it, those ab trainers, you know, that like
Yeah,
heats up
you
your
just
core,
put it
and
on
like
and-
squeezes you.
And then you go for your like cool sculpting
Right.
afterwards.
Right. So that is episode 7.
Guess what?
What?
I have to pee.
Wow, that's like under the normal time limit too. Aaron must be drinking more water
I
today.
drank a gallon of water today.
Good
I've
job.
already had one of these, 1.5.
Well done. So, as always, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, rate, review. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, there's a little bell down at the bottom. You can get notifications. You can see when our videos come out. That helps a lot. If you guys have questions, always Facebook, Instagram, send them to our DMs. You can send them to our email account, partycast@gmail.com, PRTYCAST at gmail.com. We've got
a lot
a
of
few
people
in there.
have complimented me on the name.
Really?
Yeah.
Good. I mean, we had a lot of fun. Like it was a fun collaborative effort pulling this together, and the name was like almost not too easy, but it was like perfect fit.
Yeah. A lot of people come in the gym whenever you guys aren't around, and they'll say stuff.
See, Well, if they have anything negative to say, feel free to pass it on.
No, I trust me. I get some negative feedback too, and I take notes.
If you guys ever have any issues with the
Noted.
audio, the visual, direct those to Evan. It's all Evan's domain.
It's like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
Tough luck.
But yeah, so you guys have a good week. We'll see you next time. Woo! Thank you for tuning in to this episode of PartyCast. Check us out on your favorite podcasting site. And remember, each episode is also available on YouTube. Thank you for joining us on this adventure, and we will see you next time.